Now, this question is looking at indices, okay? It's something with indices where really you have to just get used to trying loads of different questions with them and getting really used to using our indice rules. Okay, remember one thing with our indice rules was that we do like to have the base as simple as possible. So here I wouldn't be trying to multiply by 28. Okay, I wouldn't be doing that. We want to keep this small number inside as the base that has the power on it or has the indice on it. Okay, here, all this stuff up here all together is very, very complicated. So if I have no idea what to do here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and break that up. Okay, I'm going to try and use a rule where I can see powers adding together. Okay, so if powers were adding together, how could I actually break that up? Okay, well, I can see that it's when it's the same base multiplying each other and different powers. Okay, so I'm actually going to be working backwards from this rule and trying to split this up so that it looks more like this one. This one looks a lot simpler to me. Okay, so if I try and break this one up, actually I'll do the thing that I'm changing in blue. Okay, then I can rewrite it as 3 to the power of 2x by 3 to the power of 2. Okay, and then I can keep the rest of it the same. Okay, so now I know that that's just a 9 in front. Okay, I now just have 9 by my 3 to the power of 2x minus 28 by 3 to the power of x plus 3 equals 0. Okay, now this still looks a bit complicated, but again, look at your indice rules. Okay, when you have two things multiplying in the powers, what was actually the case there? Okay, if you have two things multiplying in the powers, what did we have? So we're looking for if I have two powers multiplying each other. Okay, what was it? It was to the one power and then to the other. Okay, so what I actually have here is the 2 multiplying the x. Okay, that is the same as that 3 to the power of x with a power of 2 acting on the full thing. Now, this might still seem very confusing, but let's just take a breath and look at what we have here. We have 9 by something squared minus 28 by something plus a constant equals 0. What does that look like? Okay, it looks kind of like a quadratic. Okay, if I didn't have this 3 to the power of x in here, okay, let's replace it out with something like, so everywhere there's a 3 to the power of x, if I put in something like y. Okay, then what I have here is 9y squared minus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. Could you solve that? Yeah. Okay, we can factorize that and solve. So if we go to do that, okay, it's the thing at the very start, so the leading coefficient is not 1, so it is a slightly difficult quadratic to solve. Okay, so we are going to be looking for things that multiply to give me 27 and add to give me minus 2. It's not possible. Sorry, minus 28. Took that down wrong. Okay, so minus 28, not minus 2. Okay, so what multiplies to give me plus 27, but adds to give me minus 28? Okay, I can use minus 27 and minus 1. Okay, so I'm going to have 9y, so I'm going to replace out the minus 28 in the middle. So now we're just back to our junior cert quadratics. I'm going to have 9y squared. I'm replacing out the minus 28 in the middle with a minus 27y and a minus 1y and plus 3 carried down is equal to 0. Now I can do my grouping method, so I'm going to take out a 9y and be left with a y minus 3. And here I'm going to take out a minus 1 and be left with a y minus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so now I have my brackets in common. So I'm going to group them together and put the other things that were outside the brackets in their other bracket together. So that I have two brackets that are multiplying to give me 0, which means I can let each bracket individually equal to 0 and solve for y in each bracket. Okay, so in each bracket, so here y is going to be 1 over 9, and here y is going to be 3. Okay, so have I solved for x? No. But did I solve for y? Yeah. And do I know how to get x from there? Okay, well, let's see. Let's make two equations, okay, because I have two values for y, so I'm going to fill them both in. Okay, so this first one, so 3 to the power of what? What can I do to 3 to get 1 over 9? And in this one, 3 to the power of what is going to give me 3. Okay, so this second one is probably a little bit easier. Anything, if the power is like an invisible power there, what is it? Well, it's a power of 1. So in that one, x must be 1. Okay, in this one, how do I get from 3 to 9? I'd have to square it. And then it goes to 1 over 9, not just 9. Okay, so if I had 3 squared would give me 9. Okay, how do I manage to get 1 over something? Well, I'd have to have a power of minus 1. Okay, so 3 to the power of 2, but with a minus 1 power is 1 over 9. Okay, it inverses my fraction there. So, and what's nice about this is you can kind of do this on your calculator. You can type in the few powers and see which one, just by trial and error, which ones work out for you. Okay, so it's 3 squared. If I put in 3 to the power minus 1, it would give me 1/3. So 3 to the power minus 2 is going to give me my 1/9 there. Okay, so in this one, it's 3 to the power of minus 2 is what's going to give me 1/9. So x must be minus 2. Okay, so I have two answers there. X is minus 2 and x is 1.